Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is July 16th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1926, former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Edward Carpenter. 1931, Mighty Igor. 1966, the luchador known as Blue Demon Jr. 1974, ECW Zone, Chris Chetti. 1976, it's Big Bobby Lashley. 1978, the former Mike Knox, Nux of Aces and Eights. And last but not least, 1980, AEW's commentator, Excalibur. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for July 16th. 2001, Terry Gordy. 2005, Miguel Perez Sr. All right, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for July 16th. A short trip in the Wayback Machine today as we start in 1983. Butch Reed defeats Junkyard Dog for the Mid-South North American Heavyweight title in New Orleans, Louisiana. Just the next year, in 1984, Memphis Wrestling runs the Mid-South Coliseum with two title changes. First, Phil Hickerson and the Spoiler defeat Pork Chop Cash and Dutch Mantel to win the held-up AWA Southern Tag Team titles. Our second title change sees International Champ Tommy Rich defeat Southern Champ Rick Rude to win Rude's title. Moving to 1987, Central States Wrestling ran a one-night tournament for the Central States television title. In the tournament final, Vinny Valentino defeats Rip Rogers to win that Central States television title. Grabbing my flannel and going to the decade of grunge, 1994, Sid Vicious defeats Jerry Lawler by forfeit for the USWA Unified Heavyweight title in Memphis, Tennessee. This ends Lawler's 19th run of 5,675. 1995, WCW held their Bash at the Beach pay-per-view at Huntington Beach, California, setting up a ring on the beach and allowing fans and beachgoers to see the show live for free. In the main event, WCW World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan, with Dennis Rodman, defeated Big Van Vader in a steel cage match after two leg drops and kicking Vader away as he climbed out of the cage. This was the first time that WCW used the escape the cage rule, as traditionally only had pinfall and submissions in a cage match. The reason for the rule change was that Vader would not do a pinfall or submission job for Hogan, because Hogan said he wouldn't do the same for Vader at the beginning of the program. Those were your super short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for July 16th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts.